I'm guessing you're the new student of government, eh? Where were you? Huh? Hebron? Where's that? Where is that? Never even heard of it.
Are you open?
Yeah. Yeah. See, guys, that was introduction to logistics management. I'm just like, I didn't think that we as a new student, and I'm like, I haven't seen that.
I didn't know that he knows me.
This is a small school, so basically, pretty much everybody knows everybody. So, your name is? Ika Theodore.
What?
Theodore.
Oh.
Like I'm in the chipmunk. Like I'm in the chipmunk. Just that I'm a bit, slim. What are you saying, Mabiana?
You're doing procurement. So I go across the Lucian and see where?
No, we will be taking the same class.
But I was here every morning.
What were you doing?
English.
First year or the
Second year.
There's English?
Yeah, English one. Second year, 5th semester.
I know what's that Sunday year.
No. Second year.
Yeah, second.
First semester.
Yeah.
First semester.
Yeah.
So how is it possible?
I don't know, but my boss is like, I'm taking 5 courses.
You've been studying here?
Yeah, that's
they also told me about 5, but they say I should add English one.
English one?
Yeah, let me show you. English one, year 2, first semester. Tuesday, Monday, I was here.
Damn. Yeah. Wait, you mean to take in 7 courses?
Not 7, but this is 1 course. 1, 2. No, this is 3.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah. That's it.
So I'm not E.
No, this is the 7.
So this one, maybe Ma was aware. This one, because I ever got shift to carry Wednesday Ma at 10. That's the green one.
Wednesday.
At 10, you don't have a class. Never in area quantitative techniques. It's been shifted on Monday.
Okay, so for the 1 and the same on Friday.
This was a mistake on my mind, Victor.
It was a mistake. So by York.
Yeah, by Wednesday.
This is also Wednesday.
Yeah, but then it's been shifted to Monday.
Okay, Monday what time?
Monday what time? 8.
Yes, I was here yesterday. Yeah, I was here yesterday. Yes, I was here yesterday. It was Wednesday. So I came and I spoke to the teacher.
And
she shifted it to Monday, but I didn't know the time precise.
Yeah, Monday. Hey, people complaining here, I can't have a class on that day, Monday.
Yeah, me too. I had no classes on Monday, so today.
So what did I do? Techniques at 8 a.m. There we had microeconomics at 10 as well, right? And that was supposed to be on Friday at 1 o'clock. Nice is
okay. What is that?
Microeconomics. Which is the one which is on Friday at 1 p.m. And then Wednesday, 10 p.m. Each and every.
Wednesday, 10.
Yes. But tomorrow it will be yes. So yesterday I had a makeup classes.
Why?
Because last week at night on Friday. So that's not tonight for Zive.
This is a Friday.
Friday is for Zive. From next week.
Yeah,
and this was
okay, so in Zulu, in I have a shift on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else?
I think the rest of the thing, principle of purchasing and supply, principle of taxation, it's all the same.
Okay. Language. So you haven't learned anything on language?
No, I was taking a course, so I'm even surprised that I wasn't given. So I'm even surprised.
So that's it?
Yeah.
No more Wednesdays?
Yeah.
So no more Fridays?
Yeah.
For next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just check. Now we are doing logistics.
Yeah, which is
Oh, you wrote the mistake.
yeah, so what's supposed to do?
That's good. Hey, I thought this is the real I was counting to do four classes one day. So it's morning, tomorrow, 10 tomorrow. But
Mama, I don't, cause then I was first and then my assignment, apart from the assignment of economics, which is due to the date.
23.
Yeah. Then we have to get your number.
Okay. Maybe I'm still added in the group. Okay. Marco,
That was it 10? 17th? Oh, 17th.
Last month, June.
So for that one, I got the assignment, and I think, yeah, the assignment, which is due for the day 3.
Okay.
A lot of work, eh?
Not really, because I haven't found my assignments the other classes. I only have it today, English one.
Yeah, you're not
They said we should write our story, true stories, and I can send it to you, but
nah, and then because I think
no, okay, so the thing is, we have no second year, first semester, also. And but the time I was coming here, Banana Day was out, right?
yeah.
So they said, Cody, I should add as a alias.
What?
Yeah.
Then I said, I'm back here, I'll go send this video but my subject and
I remember adding one part.
Sita, come on.
First day I'm not putting that, right?
It isn't first day.
Yeah?
This is not the second day.
Second year. Okay. So yeah, it has changed.
The guy was the guy. Because in that guy was only a kind of exception. But in the second year, our Basa Foundation studies.
Okay.
Women in a
Okay. One day, in a Puzire, but I was told Cody, I have a makeup class. Nearly Friday, and then I can meet him maybe tomorrow.
Contested?
Yes, picnic.
That's makeup in French?
So not Puzire one baby?
What is it?
Yes.
No,
But too much?
Yeah, I don't know.
36.
Yeah, I'm up with the others. These are the ones. Yeah, that was a bitch, yeah. We put that on this Friday as well. It's alright. My mind, I wrote it in the morning.
Monday? Okay. So I thought I had no class, I didn't come on Monday.
Some of the notes are
Hello? Oh, Brian, hello? Withdraw. That was that. There's no to me that withdraw. I would say you are my dear every day. Now, okay, most of the time, I'm going to feel more proper about the station for you. I got you here. So this time around, and I invite on the rubber film market. And then he was like, okay, I'm coming, gentlemen, ndege na wauza mudumize ana wengi sera maandika za mena kufuna kuna 150 Pedro and Gabriel and then 150 ya kudumiza kutoka mtuwe kutoka mubanki kukala mubanki kubadumiza and then what mutuja kugudula phone ndi kuzimisa wanaposa business. So I tried. He didn't know anything what to do because some of the starters I had no money. Never found another color in the same time. Some of them were withdraw. Kama mtu wabanga withdraw after maybe 16 years. You was just expecting putting the person will go back or whatever. I was just saying the person will post the name and then I would die to the museum. So he called me. I found 3 missed calls. And then the permanent number is Lucy. So Lucy, someone answered them, where they are losing what in only 16 minutes. They would just me out today, but there is no way unless if you want to hear, you know. They can have us in the impossible way at the second time. And then I want to try. Niliona mfuatili blanchi imenea bila drama imenea rusa cool like drama zote kugira vitu ndiye kena mode anakuwa nyamada wudi wandika sangaidi kumenea chogera wandika sasa zina na kamini agent wandika sasa zina mtamani wapanga withdraw ndiye mtu wandika sasa haina kamina na tumita drama. I assume drama is standard music from each phone and room is using my agent we 75 and 75. They want to about it. I wrote down everything. One day was a copy. Yeah, drama and receiver comment within anyway. So the only thing to do now is we just go and then what's the main location. I will have one and look at the location you want to target safety. Unless you want like face to face, that's when they can help us. Kulibasa location iko maso kumeni branch hiyo hii leo mfamili wa drama hiyo amuyo sound system ndio tangaza kaso waya ndio amuyo sasa kaso waya amuyo someone is right here. Okay, I'll call you back on LinkedIn. Yeah, the money is for the ID.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You? How are you?
Getting better.
Getting better.
Yeah, getting
So you were now.
Hey, your money
Oh my gosh. I'm glad that at least now you're recovering. This is, yeah. This is all the
Okay, so the currency, material saying the only thing to do is to get there. Como mtu walinga ndo mabaya romani mtu mwingine mwingine agent and then drama zimadan sima mfiga agent ni mene sumo ni saidia kwenda kama ku Victor for the other subject.
No, like of academics.
Okay. Academics. You're doing academics.
No, for office academics.
Okay.
Introduction.
So I think since we are almost 0 of us, of course the numbers we are so sure will be growing eventually. We may have, I think, a small group that will be easily communicating and sharing some other stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so welcome to Introduction to Logistics Management. This is for you, my dear here, since you're just joining us, we already introduced it last time we met. I think that was a week before last week. So last week we didn't meet as he was down. But the first week we met, we just introduced this Introduction to Logistics Management. So we haven't actually done much. I would say, even sharing the stuff, I haven't shared any. Today will be my first time to share with you some more. So yeah, don't feel like you're behind. Actually, you are not. Yeah, my name is Sosi, and I handle these things, and I'm always very flexible when we're discussing, because you may have your own input, you may have his own input, myself too. We are all learning, so we help each other, we shadow each other. Yeah, so we are not learners, but we are scholars. You see, so a scholar is either we listen to the lectures here, we also do our own research, we read. So that's a scholar. So we are scholars, let's feel free, let's be flexible. Alright, so when we were introducing logistics as a concept last time, we said the concept of logistics, this is one function that is in supply chain as a concept also. There is a concept of supply chain whereby we say this is the movement of materials from the point of origin to the final user. In this case, the point of origin is the producer and the final user here is the consumer. So in between here, there are a lot of things that do happen. So all those functions that happen in between here, making sure that the materials have moved from the origin to the end user, all of them together we say that is the supply chain. This one gives to this one then takes it to this other person to the final one. But now, in this chain, there are a number of players that are in there, the actors that are in there. So, in short, we say we have the producer, we have the distributors, then probably we have the users, right? But these are not the only actors, there are numerous others in between. But now, while these actors are there, then there are individual functions that happen, because there must be some bridges, there must be some connections. From this player to this other one, there must be a connection here. This connection we are referring to here is a function. And of course, from this player to the other one, there's also a function here, or a bridge. So, one of those functions is what we call logistics. So, in short, logistics is one of those functions that are in a supply chain. Now, what is this function? This function of logistics is the actual movement of whether they are the goods or the services from this end to the other. The actual movement is now what we are referring to as logistics. Now, this logistics as a function, it is also considered to be a process. Why is it a process? There are also a number of things that happen in between. So logistics is not just one thing or just one function. For example, let's say transportation. Transportation as it is not considered as logistics on its own, but is one of those activities that altogether make up this logistics. So the actual movement of these things from here to here is what we call logistics. Now, for the entire supply chain, this probably I'm coming back for the sake of this one, just joining us, so you just there. For this supply chain to be effective and efficient, it must satisfy the end user here, and of course, even the actual player who is also helping this end user to get this stuff. There must be satisfaction in there. So there's efficiency and, of course, satisfaction. Efficiency in the sense of the costs that are involved. Because if you are the one who is helping this other person to get the stuff, you're also a business person. You are not doing this for free. So you need to probably get profits and all. So for you to get all those profits, it means the costs that are involved in here must be efficient enough. So you must be cost efficient. That's the basic thing. If you are not cost efficient, the chances are you are going to die along the way. Die in the sense of your activities or your businesses and everything. Why? Because you are making losses at the end of the day your business dies. So why? Because you are not cost efficient. At the same time, this end user, this other side, must also be satisfied by your services. So if these two things are achieved, there's satisfaction there and there is efficiency, that is your own efficiency in terms of cost. If these ones are achieved, then you can say the supply chain is successful. So for this one to be successful, for that efficiency to be achieved, for that satisfaction to be achieved, there must be some kind of monitoring or management. In other words, management must always be there. You don't just leave things flowing on their own. You have to monitor, no, this is not how things are supposed to be done, and I think they are supposed to be done in this way. According to your objectives, because each and every business must have an objective and of course the strategy to achieve those objectives. So you monitor whether that business or whatever activities are happening according to the strategy that is there. So to ensure that whatever you're doing is within the strategy and you are sure that you're going to achieve the goals, management must always be there. That's why we always say supply chain management. You are managing those activities, you are monitoring those activities to make sure that at least they are in line with your objectives. Because if they are in line with your objectives, that's the only way you are going to achieve those two things we mentioned, efficiency and satisfaction. So, for the entire supply chain to be efficient and to be successful, as we are saying, it means the individual functions that were there also need to be well monitored, well managed. So, one of those functions is this logistics. So, logistics as a function also needs to be managed properly or needs to be monitored so that it works efficiently and effectively. So, of course, last time we also mentioned about the evolution of this concept called logistics, of which maybe we may not go to that part because, of course, it's a bit longer. But since I'm going to share this thing, then you're going to see that chronology, the kind of a small history of this concept of logistics. So, as we were discussing, I remember we proceeded up to objectives of logistics management. I think that's where we were supposed to start from. You can correct me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the objective of logistics management. Why is it that logistics is there, but we need to manage it now? Why can't we just leave it as it is? There must be the reasons why it needs to be managed. Now, probably, and just as a recap, before we even look at these objectives, I also have to mention this one. I think logistics is kind of a process, and being a process, it also has its own components in there. So it is not just a standalone thing. There are a lot of things that are in there, including transportation, as I indicated. So the transportation, there are some other functions that are in there. We're going to see them as we go along. So one thing that we need to keep at the back of our mind is that there is a bigger concept on top of what that we call logistics and supply chain management. Then in it we have another concept which is a sub-function in supply chain, and that is logistics. And under it, this logistics, it also has some functions, and one of those functions, of course, there are many, including transportation. So as we'll be proceeding, we'll be seeing one by one for those ones. Now, why do we need logistics management? What are the objectives? So one of those objectives is the improvement of supply chain efficiency, as I indicated earlier. It helps to improve supply chain efficiency. Much as they always say, we have 5 fingers, and they say each and every finger is significant. It has its own importance. It means, with the absence of one of those fingers, probably the functionalities of this hand can be affected in one or the other. So, similarly, in this supply chain, management, that is, the absence or the lack of efficiency of one of the functions, in this case logistics, will also affect the entire chain. So if there is a proper management of this function for logistics, then the entire supply chain will also be efficient. So here they say logistics management leads to greater visibility into the supply chain, and of course fasten the inbound and outbound activities. Logistics management leads to the greater visibility into the supply chain and fastens the inbound and outbound activities. Here, this is what we are saying. The supply chain is there, but the visibility of it is dependent on the logistics as a function. Why is this the case? We may have a production house here. We are producing a certain product, and very beautiful, very nice, very appealing. Whether it is a food stuff, so nice. Whether it is whatever product we are producing, so nice. But if we are not able to take it to the final consumer, then that product is useless. So it means there must be a mechanism of making sure that this one gets to where it was supposed to go. So this is how significant this function comes into play, logistics. Therefore, it makes the entire supply chain to be more visible. Why? Because whatever you are doing in the supply chain is, as the supply chain is now being able to be completed, it is now complete while because of this thing. So, logistics management or a well-managed logistics function also fastens inbound and outbound activities in a supply chain. So, when we are saying inbound activities, those are the activities that are affecting our institution here or our organization, but we are talking about the incoming activities into our organization, and there are outgoing activities out of our organization. So those that are coming in, we call them inbound. Those that are going out, those are outbound. In fact, as we proceed, we shall have to see inbound logistics and of course outbound logistics. So the logistics activities that are concerned with the incoming things into our organization are part of inbound, while the logistics activities that are concerned with the outgoing activities are outbound. Therefore, a well-managed logistics helps to fasten these inbound and outbound activities. Why? Because there is proper management in these things that are happening in here. Then we have another objective, and that is inventory management. There is another objective, and that is inventory management. On this one, it is believed that managing the inventory is regarded as an integral part of the smooth running of businesses or business operations. Inventory management is also regarded as an important or an integral part of smooth business operations. Okay. What is inventory value? very new. Yes, inventory. What is inventory?
Basically, if you look at stock, basically, like what do you have? Okay.
The stocks,
Yeah.
or what you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, do you have any other suggestion apart from what this gentleman has just said, or else maybe do you have anything to add?
For me, I just think it's planning before business.
The planning for the business. Okay, fine. You both of you're not very far from what it is supposed to be. So probably we can put it in this way. We assume this is a production house. We are producers of certain products. So for us to produce, we need raw materials. Actually, we manufacture peanut butter. So the core raw material for peanut butter is groundnuts. So definitely we have to source groundnuts from elsewhere. And when we produce these groundnuts, we always have our customers elsewhere that are waiting for the peanuts to be delivered to them, right? Now, when you bring the raw materials, definitely you have to keep them somewhere. Because you cannot just take direct from the field or from elsewhere, you are taking them, directly through them at the machine that starts grinding. It doesn't go that way, right? So probably some you can put into the machine, some you can still keep, but it's yours now because you bought from elsewhere. That is yours. So you put in your storage facility. It can be a warehouse or whatsoever in your organization like this one. On the other hand, after you have produced, probably not all what you have produced can go direct into the market. You still have to keep some elsewhere. So whenever the customers they place an order, you get some and give them there. You also put them in a storage facility, but they are yours. You produce it and you are just giving ready for delivery. Whereas these other ones you have kept them ready for production. Both are yours. So these stocks that you are keeping are what we are referring to as the inventory. So it can be these ones, the raw materials that are not yet produced, not yet processed, or these ones that are already processed. These are what we call the inventory. Now, the inventory must always be managed. The stock levels, so in this case, let's use the word stocks. The stock levels must always be managed properly. If there are proper logistics functions or logistics operations that are being done efficiently and effectively, the stock levels will also be managed properly. So, good logistics management will see to it that there is proper inventory management. So, probably we can say, what is this inventory management? This inventory management is nothing but keeping the at least good levels of stocks in your storage facilities. The stock levels in your storage facilities must always at least match with, not exactly match, but at least match with the demand that is out there. So, the stock levels in your storage facilities must always be optimal. You should not keep too much stocks, and you should not keep too less stocks in your storage facilities. What are the consequences, or what are the problems that are associated with keeping so much stocks in there, or maybe keeping too less stocks in your storage facilities?
It's going to be excess supply of goods or vice versa, meaning excess demand of goods.
Okay. So we may have excess supply of goods, fine good. Basically, if you produce so much, or if you produce too much for the market, what will happen is, if you release all these products onto the market will be saturated. The market will have so much supply because we are supplying the market, and the demand will be low. In result, the prices will be lowered. So, there is no business person who may always want to release his goods onto the market at a lower price and get less money. Nobody. So what they will do, or what you will do, you say, no, let us not release they go what we produce. Let's keep some. So you'll be keeping those ones in your warehouses. The problem that you're going to encounter in this case is others may get damaged, may get expired in those warehouses, or else you'll be incurring what we call storage costs. Because in the warehousing where you're keeping the stuff, there are always costs that are associated with the storage that you are doing. It can either be your own warehouse. In that warehouse of yours, you have people to take care of the warehouse. You have some other facilities that should be kept running, for example, electricity and all. So if you are keeping so much stocks in those warehouses, you are going to incur storage costs. Or else, you may be keeping your stocks at a public warehouse where you are paying somebody to keep stuff for you. Definitely, the longer the goods are staying in there, the more money you are paying. So to avoid these unnecessary costs, that's why it is advisable to keep at least optimal levels of inventory in there. So the optimal levels of inventory can be there only if logistics operations are being done in an efficient and effective manner. So connection ya zintu ziwili ndio naona hapo. Inuyo muko zokandi understanding yona habuti mastock levels makandi karungu tika kwa sababu kwa size yangu kwa sababu mtu anaweza pia kupumzika kama sana still remain kama samakali nzuri kwa watu. Even the raw materials that we are bringing here, at least this kind of raw materials, after the young that's a sales space, at the same time, when we are producing, we factor we are producing, raw materials machine as mine put raw materials there. Therefore, this kind stock levels, the raw materials, we will still get raw materials and put into the machines. At the same time, we should not have excess. In a way, we can have that. But if logistics operations are not being executed in an effective manner, you find that it will be difficult for you to balance these two. For example, having many raw materials. Raw materials, at least at any point in time, we have at least enough for our production. Now, if logistics operations haven't been successful and the trucks have failed to deliver in time, definitely you run out of stocks in the your storage facilities. And this one is going to affect the operations, the production operations here. Why don't you run out of raw materials in your storage facilities you don't have? Why are you not having enough raw materials in here? It is because the delivery guy failed to deliver in time. So in other words, we can say the logistics operations were not effective. Since they were not effective, you do not have stocks in the warehouse. Since you do not have stocks in the warehouse, then the production facilities have been affected also, or they have been disrupted. So this disruption in the long run disrupts the entire chain. And another objective of logistics management is that of fulfilling customer requirements. To fulfill customer requirements. So the main objective of logistics management is to execute proper planning on the transportation modes and inventory available to satisfy the customers. Just as I said, no matter how good you can be at producing something, but if you are not able to take it to the intended destination, then it's useless. So we will try as much as possible to make sure that logistics operations are being done successfully in an effective manner, so that you satisfy the customer requirements. Let's take note of this. When we are talking about customer requirements, we are looking at a situation where the customer is getting what he or she demanded, exactly as it is, as per its specifications. That's one. Secondly, the customer is getting what he demanded in good condition, and of course at the right time, and probably at the right place. So this is what it means by fulfilling customer requirements. So it is only through a proper logistics management that you can satisfy these requirements. Yeah, so we are saying, for us, our interest is to make sure that the customer requirements are fulfilled. So those customer requirements includes, as I said, timely delivery of whatever the person had ordered, and whatever the person had ordered has been delivered in time, in good condition, at the right place. This can only be achieved if the logistics operations are well managed, so to say. There is this other objective, and we call it mitigation of product damage. Mitigation of product damage. Now that we have understood that the customer requirements includes receiving the product in a good condition, and that is his right, the customer, that is his right. He ordered something and he will always need to get it in good condition. Then, what will happen if the product has been delivered to the customer but in a different state, probably in a damaged state? The chances are the customer probably can return the product or can refuse. The product say, no, this is not what I ordered. You return the item. Or else you have to probably compensate that a customer with something else. So, in short, what we are trying to drive at is that if the items to be delivered have been damaged or there are some damages, the chances are you are going to incur some costs, either through the returns or else through compensating those customers of yours. So, to avoid these unnecessary costs that you will incur in case of damages and all, the best for you is to have a proper logistics management operations in place. So, there's always a need for a well-designed packaging, correct handling of the materials, and probably using suitable facilities for the items to be delivered. When we are saying suitable items for the suitable facilities for the items to be delivered, this is what it means. You can have an order of goods that are probably perishables, or not perishables per se, but goods that require refrigeration. Now, if you try to deliver this one using a facility which doesn't have this refrigeration aspect in it, what will happen to the product? Definitely it's going to get damaged. You're not going to be successful. Who is going to bear this cost? Is you. So in the end, we may say the entire logistics as operation has to be successful, and the supply chain will be disrupted in one way or the other. So, with proper management, this product damage will be avoided or will be minimized. So, logistics management in this case involves also identifying proper facilities to be used according to the items that are supposed to be moved from here to the other. Of course, we have what we call operational costs. So, the reduction of operational costs is another objective also. So, reduction of operational costing. Okay. This logistics management, embracing it, is the best way to drive your revenue, or probably to expand your revenue, at the same time minimizing the cost. Now, what happens? If you are increasing the revenue, at the same time you are reducing the cost, then what happens to your net profit? Definitely it expands automatically. Well, because the costs are less, while the revenue or the income is growing by and by. At the end of the day, your net profit are expanding. As your net profit is expanding, what next is the expansion of your business operations as a whole. So this is another thing that can happen if logistics operations are managed. Now, the management of logistics operations involves things like identifying the better modes of transportation. That's another thing. When you say better modes of transportation, we are talking about transportation modes that are at least faster, that will increase response.
That's another objective?
No. We are still on reduction of operational costs. Yes, we are still on reduction of operational costs. So we can reduce this operational cost by at least embracing this proper logistics management. Among others, choosing or identifying better modes of transportation that will help you to deliver faster, at the same time costing you less. So, operational costs. Another objective here is quick response. Quick response, that's another objective. Almost each and every person, in one way or the other, will always want or need attention. There is nothing discouraging and annoying. You are speaking to somebody, or you are asking something to somebody, or maybe you need assistance from someone, and he's not responding to you, or maybe he's taking time to respond. It discourages you, or maybe it annoys you in one way or the other. If it is to deal with that person, you reach a point of saying, next time I think I'm not going to deal with this person, I'll be dealing with this other person. So, resolving customer query or attending to the needs of the customer as quick as possible is another way through which you retain the customers, or you keep the customers. And in fact, you also attract some other customers. So, logistics management will help us to be able to respond quickly. It will help us to respond quickly. So another objective of this logistics management is this one that we say quick response. It is only if we have better logistics operational approaches. If the operational approaches are at least good enough, we'll be able to respond quickly. But if we are disorganized in terms of our execution execution of logistics functions, it will be difficult for us to respond to the needs of our customers. So that's another objective. Then we have optimization of delivery performance, or else optimizing delivery performance is our objective as well. We want to optimize delivery performance. Okay. Providing on-time delivery to the customers is extremely important, as it helps to build long-term relationships with them. Providing on-time delivery to customers, it is very important or extremely important, as it helps to build long-term relationships. Relationships of any kind are always built upon trust, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever there's a trust, there's always a relationship thrives, a relationship of any kind. So in this case, we are talking about a business relationship between the suppliers and, of course, the customers. So this trust can only come in if, when it comes to deliveries, for example, are always done on time. Whenever you place an order, whenever you request somebody to bring you something, each and every time the person delivers on time. So this one increases your trust on that particular supplier. So it enhances your relationship. So consistency in delivery performance through proper planning and implementation can save a lot of time and resources. You save time and resources if there is a consistency in delivery performance. Consistency, that is, if you're a timekeeper, you're a timekeeper. You keep time. And you keep time according to the schedules. When you promise, your A is always an A B is always a B. That one strengthens the relationship. Now, at times, it is many business organizations or business individuals, they tend to relax and reach a point of taking customers for granted, or taking those people they deal with for granted. Mind you, when you are starting a business, basically you start from scratch. You introduce your product on the market. By the time you're introducing your product on the market, most of the time you don't have a customer, or you do not have customers. You have to build the customer base from scratch at times, So you do a lot of things, promotional activities, advertisements, adverts, and so on and so forth. To the point that people are now eventually coming to know you. Also, there's this product on the market. Also, there's this guy who is selling ABCD. By and by, the customer base grows. Now, at times, it reaches a certain point where you'll be tempted to relax and you start taking these customers for granted. You know what happens later? Your competitors will start stealing these customers from you. Why? Because you are always careless, or you are being careless. So, it is always the responsibility of each and every business organization, through probably the decision makers, the managers, the directors, whatever, to make sure that the customer base that you have built, you retain it,